Welcome back to 5 Talking Points, the series where I look at 5 things from the F1 weekend and talk about them. It was the first time this season where we had a second race at the same track, so let's talk about it. Another week, another win for Max Verstappen, and this one was just as dominant, if not more, than last week. Starting on pole, leading every lap, getting the fastest lap and winning. It doesn't get much better than that. It will have been made even sweeter with the fact that he did it in front of a 132,000 crowd, with a large majority of them supporting him. With this victory, Verstappen extended his lead in the Drivers' Championship to 32 points over Lewis Hamilton, who finished 4th. Red Bull also extend their advantage in the Constructors' Championship to 44 points over Mercedes. Although he started on the front row for the first time in his career, Norris and his team expected to finish P5 and be overtaken by the two Mercedes and Perez behind. But Norris managed to stick with them, effectively taking Perez out of the equation himself after Perez went around the outside at turn 4 and ran out of road. That gave Norris a 5-second penalty, which dropped him behind both Mercedes after the pit stops. However, he stuck with Bottas, managing to keep around 2 to 3 seconds behind him. And a great opportunity arose when Lewis Hamilton in second had damage, which allowed both Bottas and Norris to pass him easily. Norris still managed to keep with Bottas until the end of the race, with both of them finishing on the podium. If Norris hadn't got the penalty, he probably would have finished in P2. This result keeps him 4th in the Drivers' Championship, ahead of Bottas. He also has already surpassed his points tally from last season. He now has 101 points. He also keeps up the record of being the only driver to score points in every race this season. It's the second week in a row I'm talking about George Russell not getting points. Russell started in 8th after his first Q3 appearance in a Williams car and also on the medium tyres. Unfortunately, he didn't get a great start, dropping to 12th on lap 1, but with cars in front of him 2 stopping, he still had the opportunity to capitalise on that. Unfortunately, he just fell short. After multiple laps in P10 trying to keep Fernando Alonso behind him, Alonso eventually passed him and took the final point. In commentary, Crofty said that a point would probably cement Williams' place in the championship above Haas, but I think this 11th place finish will do that too, as unless there's a race like Austria 2020, where almost half the field retired, I don't see a Haas finishing that high, unfortunately. Sergio Perez came into today probably hoping to make it a 1-2 for Red Bull, but instead found himself in a midfield battle after the already mentioned incident with Lando Norris on lap 1. Unfortunately for him, that wasn't the only incident he was involved in. Whilst fighting with Charles Leclerc, Perez did almost exactly what Norris did to him, except he made contact with the Ferrari and forced him off at turn 4. Later on, the same thing happened again at turn 6, with Perez oversteering into the corner and Leclerc once again having to take to the gravel. Perez received a 5-second penalty for each incident and finished in P6, losing a position to Carlos Sainz after penalties were applied. So, penalties. The stewards were busy today. I've already mentioned 3 penalties that have been given, but there were many more. First of all, Yuki Tsunoda. He got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line at pit entry. Later on, he did the same thing again. Of course, he got the same penalty again. Lance Stroll got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Antonio Giovinazzi got a 5-second penalty for overtaking before the safety car line. And of course, the 2 penalties for Perez and the 1 for Norris. That's a lot for one race. Also, since the race has finished, Nicholas Latifi, Nikita Mazepin and Kimi Raikkonen have all received penalties. Latifi and Mazepin for not respecting double yellow flags, and Raikkonen for crashing into Sebastian Vettel. And that is it for 5 talking points for the Austrian Grand Prix. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more. And if you don't want to miss a video, hit that little bell next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. Until next time, thanks so much for watching.